Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you? Am I audible to everyone? Let me know. Sankar, yes. Good morning. Good morning. Sankar, am I audible? Just a minute. Okay. Okay. So, aji am gote interesting topic ri jiba, that is your earthquake first. That is earthquake ri jiba. Earthquake jodi ame describe kariba ki earthquake kahin ki hue in the detail analysis. Earthquake, how it happens, what it leads to, right? It gives you okay, it gives you enormous ideas about the earthquake, right? So before that one, earthquake jodi ame dekhiba ki how it happens, normally from this figure we can say earthquake is an motion, is basically an motion, right? Earthquake in a motion in the earth's surface. Suppose let's say in this diagram you can see that one, that earthquake, there is an there is a fault line. This is a fault line, right? And it here may will describe it in the very vivid way, right? So let's know that jodi hame earthquake dekhiba how it happens. Earthquake happens like this, right? There is a plate. Initially there is a plate motion, right? This is a plate 1 we can say, and another plate 1, P1 and P2. So what happens jettabale, okay, when there is an upthrust from the below, right? When there is an upthrust from the below, so the plate got ruptured. That is called stage 1, right? And this is the stage 2, right? This is your stage 2. So what happens? One plate moves opposite to each other. One plate moves in a one direction and another plate in a different directions. This is called what is basically your plate motions. So earthquake exactly happens. So as we know that we are got different continents, right? Major continents. If we say there is a major plates, how many of you know about the plates? If we say there are major continents, ketara achanti amara? What is the major continents? How many? Okay, I'm using as bilingual both your English and Odia, so that kahile ki it will be more communicative, right? So we can say major continents. If I say first we can say our Asia, then Europe, right? Europe, then your North America, right? Then your North America, then your South America, right? North America, then your South America, then your Africa, right? Africa, then your Australia or Oceania, then Australia, then your Antarctica, right? Antarctica. So here from this I have to say you one major thing, that these are the major continents. But if I say the questions, if I say the major plates, the basic difference you have to understand. Bartaman the prelims questions asuchi, what I observe that they need more conceptual clarity rather than your basic understanding, right? So how you conceptual clarity ऊपर टिके in-depth जीवाको पड़ियो and जदि आमे देखिबा but major plates रे की जिवे, these are also major plates, right? These are also major plates, but जदि आमे देखिबा these are the your terrestrial land. जदि देखिबा another major plate, that is your Pacific plate. Please note it down कि Pacific plate is also a major plate apart from this continental plate. How? Again, how? Because maximum जदि subductions होची, माने जदि तमे देखिबो हला subductions माने कोन, गोटे plate आ गोटे plate ऊपर चढ़ी जाउची. This is your subduction zone. Another plate is overriding on another. This is plate 1 and this is your plate 2, right? And this is your theta. That is called your subduction zone. Subduction zone. So kahi kita mu कहली कि earthquake, for your information, earthquake not only happens in your जदि हम देखियो earthquake not only happens in जदि देखियो हमें earthquake not only happens in your terrestrial part, this also happens in your जदि हमें देखियो कि also happens in your oceanic part, right? Just a minute. Just 1 second. अच्छा एठी हमें पुणी देखिबा कि earthquake एठी हमें देखिले कि earthquake happens in a different way. One part is moving two different plates माने they are moving in different directions, right? Let's see here. एठी हमें देखले these are the major continental plates and your major plates like your Pacific plate, plate 1 and plate 2, this one, right? So एठी हमें जदि देखिले कि earthquake को जदि हमें describe करा, this is your focus, this point is your focus, right? This point is your focus and when it passes it is your epicenter, right? Already we know this is your epicenter. माने जदि हमें earth surface देखिबा, this is your earth surface, right? Focus through. So earthquake waves, seismic waves, it goes like this one. These are your seismic waves, right? These are your seismic waves. Seismic waves is going like this ones, right? अच्छा नेक्स्ट विल सी कि earthquake सेवा द्वारा कौन हुए, दैट इज जदि हमें देखियो कि देयर इज एन destructions of houses. If you see here, this is an destructions of houses, right? This is, I'm coming again to this picture again. Destructions of houses is like this one, right? Destruction of houses. And in this class today I will describe the recent earthquakes that that swung the base of Asia, in Europe, everywhere. Okay, so this is an earthquake that is in Philippines. Okay, so before that one, let me again describe that one, how earthquake has a dimensional impact, means in what is the category of zones of category of the earthquakes. So first thing is that we'll go for the ring of fire, that the basically जदि हमें देखिबा कि Pacific zones, okay, or earthquake, let's say distribution of earthquake. If I say the earthquake distribution of, I would like to describe distributions of earthquake zones. Distribution of earthquake zones. Number 1 is your Pacific ring of fire. Pacific ring of fire. This is first one. Number 1. This is called your Pacific ring of fire. Right? This one, Pacific ring of fire. Second will, that is your Alpine Mediterranean. Alpine Mediterranean zone. Right? Alpine Mediterranean zone. Third is your African Rift Valley. That is your African Rift Valley. Right? African Rift Valley. Let's say. So it is first we will discuss about this, your ring of fire, right? Ring of fire. So ring of fire जदि हमें देखिबा कि ए जो क्लास रे छै बेसिकली जदि हमें देखिबा कि I am going to make you an vivid analysis of this Pacific ring of fire. कोड समझ जाउची where it starts and where it ends. Okay, so जदि हमें देखिबा कि फर्स्ट एटी हमें डिस्कस करिबा Pacific ring of fire, right? Pacific ring of fire जते भी हमर earthquake होची, 70% of your earthquake is concentrated to here. This is Pacific ring of fire. One record. Please make a note of this. 70% of the earthquake that is majorly confined to the Pacific ring of fire. Out टिके पूर्व just मैं discuss करिथिली that your Philippines रे is गत सप्ताह last Friday there is an severe your earthquake, means magnitude was around 7.4. Can you imagine? And it was I'll come back again to Philippines. So it is this is the Philippines, right? This is the Philippines. This is Philippines, right? This is your Philippines. Mane 5-6 दिन तले जोड़ा हेतला earthquake, 6 days back that earthquake happens in Philippines. This is the area. So Pacific ring of fire, this is the case. It starts from your New Zealand, right? Start from your New Zealand and it ends at where? It ends at your Chile. Chile is a country in your South America. So how many continents are passing there? It includes again Asia, North America and South America. So Asia has the major part. If you go to the western part of the Pacific, it entirely cover your Asia and Australia. Australia is a tiny, one of the very smallest continent, right? Asia. So let's see. It starts from your New Zealand, then Australia, then Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, Philippines, entire China, Japan, Russia, Kamchatka Peninsula, then North America and the Central America, and then your South America. So this is the Pacific ring of coverage is such a huge one, and it covers entirely to your your Pacific zones, right? So Pacific, this is the ring of fire. We can say this is your ring of fire, right? This is your ring of fire. Please make a note of this. Now come to the, as I said, that 70% of the earthquake in the world, okay, it happens in the Pacific ring of fire. 70% of earthquake, right? Let's see again. What are the consequences? So this is the consequences. Philippines earthquake, 10th October 2025. Just 6 or 7 days back, your earthquake happened in the massive earthquake, happened in the Philippines, also in Indonesia. This is the zone. This is the area where this is the Philippines and this is your Indonesia, right? Indonesia, right? So now I would like to say which was the epicenter. Now before that one we have discussed that there is an epicenter. As you know, focus is the triggering point. Focus focus is the point where the plate breaks. Just remember here. This is the focus point. If I shift it from there to here, this is the focus, right? Inside, and focus is always beneath, right? Focus is always the beneath. This is the focus. But inside, I'm just correlating that figure here. Technically, बुझो concept जितने clarity होगा, the more you can, जो prelims set था हमें देखो सुनते, this is the third time that analytical part है मैंने पकड़े, third year मैंने 2023 रो आरंभ वाला 24 25. So let us prepare. So focus देख ले, जो ठी अर्थ रो ऊपर से मैंने strike कर ले, जो ठी एकदम पूरा perpendicular ऊपर, this is called your epicenter, right? This is called your epicenter. So now again come back. What is focus? Focus is always beneath the plate, and epicenter is the in the above the ground where it strikes perpendicularly. This is your perpendicularly 90-degree, right? Whether it is your continental crust or the oceanic crust, right? Exactly what happens in Philippines case. In Philippines case, this was the epicenter, right? Epicenter. Where was the epicenter that leads to such a massive, catastrophic? Lots of life has lost. Many people have injured. Then let's see. Now come to this is your Philippines, right? Just look at here. Philippines re jota heitila ei 6 din tole. This was the epicenter. This was the Cebu, right? Cebu Island was the epicenter. Cebu Island as the epicenter. मन रखो परीक्षा रे पचारिबो कि फिलीपींस रे सेबू आइलैंड रहितला सपोज स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस रे सिविल सर्विस प्रिपरेशन this particular class is important for your UPSC, your then your Odisha civil services also, and the OSSC, right? So analytical means aguru se guda question or trend aguru pacharthule samane one liner means only, but now more analytical means facts and analysis. They are clubbed and making a statement. So let's say Philippines is the major, where you see Philippines has a cluster of islands like Indonesia. Philippines, this is your Luzon. This island is northern part is called your Luzon, and this part is called your Mindanao. Southern part is called your Mindanao. Just NCERT जदि पढ़ुथुवा NCERT रे जल्स ए जिंस गुडा भी तमर मेंशन्स अछि Luzon and Mindanao. जदि तमे skip करथुवा, you will get it in the class also, right? But where is the epicenter? This is the Cebu. Northern Cebu रे एठी बहुत जरा हेतला. This is your earthquake 10th October 2025 रे एठी हमर हेतला epicenter, and it was massive destructions, right? Majority buildings they have destroyed, and people's life loss, many has occurred. Life loss, major things has happened, and just you see the devastations how it happened. The buildings has completely fractured. There the collapsed buildings, Okay, lifeless and the vehicles are damaged. This was what happened in the 70s back. They got aid from the United Nations and the other countries, including the India is a major help. India has major help to these countries, right? To the Philippines and Indonesia. Next, so this is the Pacific Ring of Fire, as we have discussed Pacific Ring of Fire. Now come to the second zone. This is the second part, Pacific Ring of Fire. As we saw here, it covers starts from your New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, Indonesia, Philippines, again China. लेखिनी हम जोड़ा कहूँ आउ रिपीट करूँ पैसिफिक रिंग ऑफ फायर कोठी कवर करूँ न्यूजीलैंड पापुआ न्यू गिनी इंडोनेशिया फिलीपींस then your Japan, Taiwan is it's not claiming to be an autonomous, but still it is in the jurisdiction of China, right? Taiwan, Hong Kong, then your Hong Kong also same case, then Japan, then your Russia, then comes to the North America, entirely your Canada, US coast, then Mexico, and this is the Central America like Guatemala, Honduras, Belize, okay, and your Panama. Then next come to the your Colombia, Ecuador, Chile, and Peru. So these are the things how it covers Peru and Chile. Chile is the last point. So that is in such a long coverage of Pacific Ring of Fire, right? So 70% of the earthquake happened in this Ring of Fire. Now come to the second one, that is Alpine Mediterranean Zone. Alpine Mediterranean Zone जदि हमें देखिवा, this is the Alpine Mediterranean. Now come back to here. एटी तमर clear है जेने मैपिंग रे भी किछि मु क्लास नेबी तमन को इजी रहइबो तो जानिया पे हला आगु को आ एथरे जत्ते जिंस तमे मैपिंग अगर पढियो मन रखो एटी देखो ज्योग्राफी एथरे नीचे क्वेश्चन देखियो 26 क्वेश्चन ज्योग्राफी एनवायरनमेंट रो आसे एंड नॉर्मली I will cover such a vast question 26 out of that one 18 questions तमे ज्योग्राफी रे तमे पाउछो एंड ज्योग्राफिकल क्वेस्ट वर्तमान देखो कि मैक्सिमम से माने ए प्रीलिम्स रे जो 3 दिन तळे गला मैक्सिमम देखो से माने रीजनल को से फोकस करते रीजनल प्लस ता संग कांसेप्ट मिसे की से क्वेश्चंस दोचन ओके सो एतरे किछि माने भय करबार किछि नै बिकॉज़ सिंस इफ यू नो द स्किल्स एंड देन डेफिनेटली हमें से जिंसोडा को पेनिट्रेट करि परिबा जदि हमें जानि चंती दिस इज द वे एंड वी हैव टू मूव दैट वन देन इट विल बी मच इजियर केमते देखियो गोटे जतल तमे गोटे जिंस देखु छ व्हेन यू सॉ ए मैप यू हैव टू जते देखु छ यू हैव टू सी वेयर इज द नियरबाई सी ओशियन बॉडी वाटर बॉडी let's say the city. It is actually the South China Sea is here. Then you say the Sulu Sea is here. Then your Moro Gulf is there. Then Davos Gulf is there. Hello, Davos Gulf. Philippines रे गोटे अच्छी Davao University. Davao University of students माने बहुत ही they got injured from this this last week earthquake, right? Davao University. सेथुर मन रखि दो. Then Philippines Sea is also there, Pacific. So these are ए जो देखिलो South China Sea, Philippines Sea, Sulu Sea. ओके आउ एपटे तमे जिते भी सी देखु छ माने मेजरली दे कम्स अंडर योर पैसिफिक दे आर नॉट सेग्रीगेटेड एंड सीज माने पानी तो गोटी ओके बट विथ द पॉलिटिकल से माने सेग्रीगेट हे चंदी दे ने डिफरेंट पार्ट्स से राइट पॉलिटिकल नेमिंग तो डिफरेंट इज नेमिंग ओके नेक्स्ट हम आसीबा एटी हम देखले पैसिफिक रिंग ऑफ फायर्स ठीक है नेक्स्ट विल कम टू द अल्पाइन हिमालयन बेल्ट अगेन आई एम कमिंग टू द अल्पाइन हिमालयन बेल्ट अच्छा this is called Alpine Mediterranean Himalayan belt right Alpine Himalayan Mediterranean belt Alpine Himalayan Mediterranean belt also consists of 20% of the earthquake okay 20% of world's earthquake okay 20% of our world's earthquake majorly focus here ei jaga re hui कोठुडा आरंभ होची लेखिनियो सब This earthquake starts from Mediterranean Sea near the Spain coast, right? जदि हमें देखिवा, this is Spain, right? This part, ये जो country टा अछि, this part, एटा ला तमरो Spain, हैला? This is your Spain. भला बे बुझो, diagrammatically बुझो बहुत easy रहे, पूरा एकदम मन दे के सुनो सब. This is starts from your Spain. This is your Mediterranean Sea, right? This is your Mediterranean Sea. कोठो आरंभ होला Alpine Mediterranean. This start from here, this Spain, and it pass करके till it crosses, it reaches till Indonesia. Such a huge strait. Now तुम कहतो कि सर आपण लिखि जंती ऊपर Alpine Mediterranean Sea Himalayan, then how it comes? Yes. जदि ए टू स्पेन रो बाहरला एकदम टर्की, this is your Turkey, this is your Iran, right? This is your Afghanistan, this is your India northwest, then Nepal, okay? Then your Myanmar, this is your Myanmar. This is your Myanmar, then this is your Indonesia. this is your such an vast stretch, and here you find here this is your Himalayas. This is your Himalayas. This is your entire part Pamir Nat Himalayas. This is completely alpine Himalayas, right? This is your Himalayas is here. This is your Himalayas mountain. Himalayan range is stuck, and this is your, as we know, this is your Pamir Nat, right? Pamir Nat, and that is why it is entirely, it is called as your alpine Mediterranean Himalayan belt. Then again, now the question is come, what do you mean by the alpine? Alpine means height. Alpine माने हला कौन? Alpine रो माने हला height. बहुत जन को doubt है sir, alpine माने कौन? Alpine माने height, elevation. Okay, that is what it is there. It is called as alpine Himalayan belt. So एटी तो मैं देखूँ जो कि majorly it starts from the Mediterranean Sea near the Spain coast and it runs to the Indonesia. And thank God India रे केवल आमर Himalayan part आसे एटा भितर को आसे नहीं रहा ठीक है आमर ऊपर को पड़े जिसे. Now it comes such an huge part जदि हमें देखिबा कि वर्तमान recent रे कोठी हेछि एटी हमें जानले कोन 20% of the world's earthquakes is located here. अच्छा क्वेश्चंस रोलेक्स पचाउछि सर आपण बहुत भलो. ओके थैंक यू रोलेक्स. ओके हाय हाउ आर यू थैंक यू. सो जदि हमें देखिबा कि अगेन वर्तमान एमते रिसेंट इंसिडेंट जेमते हमें देखिले कि रिसेंट 6 दिन तळे फिलीपींस रे हेतला राइट 6 दिन तळे जेमते फिलीपींस रे हेतला एटी देखिले हमें 10th अक्टोबर 2025 रे सेमते कोठी हेछि एटा कोठी रे पैसिफिक रिंग ऑफ फायर हमें कवर करले. वर्तमान देखिबा एठी एटा कोठी हेछि नाउ एई जगह रे मु कोन कहली अगेन मन रखो स्पेन रो आरंभ होला स्पेन ग्रीस इटली देन योर टर्की देन ईरान अफगानिस्तान इंडिया नेपाल Myanmar, Indonesia. Such an huge stretch this one. Now come to see recent example for, just look at here. Afghanistan earthquake on 31st August 2025. Just 2 months tole Afghanistan got a dreaded earthquake hitla and it sampled, took many lives it hitla. Right? So just see here. This is your Islamabad and this is your Kabul. Right? Kemte hitla? Just look at here. Again, Islamabad, I saw it. From this map again you saw here this is your Kabul and Islamabad, right? Kabul is the Afghanistan the capital है Kabul. This is your Afghanistan. Okay, Afghanistan's capital, right? Afghanistan's capital, and this is your Islamabad. Islamabad is the capital of, right? Capital of Pakistan, right? Capital of your Pakistan. This is the capital of your Pakistan, right? Just look at here again. को जागर impact है इतला. Just look at here, right? को जागर impact है इतला. Let's look at here. Just look at here. This is ये जो shadow zones अच्छी. Shadow zones है तमर देखो जो. This is the shadow zone. These shadow zones जब हमें देखिए these shadow zones your depicts the the intensity of the earthquake or the affected area of the earthquake. Just study में ऊपर देखो Mazar-e Sharif. Mazar-e Sharif is the place in Mazar-e Sharif is the place in Afghanistan. This is the Mazar-e Sharif, Afghanistan. This is your Kabul, Jalalabad. Okay, then Peshawar asigla tomra Pakistan. Eti Peshawar, right? Then here Islamabad and this is Srinagar. Mane ei part mu dekho this is our India, this is your Pakistan, right? Au epadu ku tomra asila total mane Afghanistan, right? Afghanistan. So this is the case that how it happens. जदि हमें देखिबा कि this is the case and how it happens. देखिबा जदि Mazar-e Sharif ने कि Kabul रे जदि हमें देखिबा ये जो August 35 रे हेतला हैला Kabul रे August 35 it took near about 1500 okay more than 1500 lives okay or I mean देखिबा कि death occurs, right? Death occurs. केमते हेतला ये जगह हेतला Kabul earthquake रे जदि हमें देखिबा कि there is a fault line माने just if you see a land and it's teared apart into a major fault line माने जदि तमे देखिबो से पिक्चर रे it is like this one, right? Some of the dreaded picture in Afghanistan लोक माने रात्रि सोइतले. Most of the earthquake it comes in night time and still I do not know why, but there is one reason that it has never time. सेमते हमें किछि कहि परिबनी कि बड़ क्वेश्चन पछन why the most of the earthquakes come in night time. It is सेमते किछि नो प्राय से जगह रे by default समान आसी जान से टाइम रे. Even if जदि हमें San Francisco earthquake in US रो हमें देखिबा सेटा त दिन बेला हेतला ठीक अछि सेमते कहि होबनी किछि भी. Even if हमरा नेपाल रे इंडिया रे दिल्ली रे जो earthquake हुए नेपाल रे जो seismic सेटा दिन बेला फील करू ठीक है, but it isn't by default because I encountered many questions most of the time. The students asked why the earthquake happened in the night time. It is not as it is. There is no certain time, right? So it is Afghanistan earthquake. There is a severe, the ground tear apart. माने फाटिकी आं करिके फाटिकी अनितला. This is the Afghanistan. हैला Afghanistan ने जदि हम देखिबा, this is your जदि गोटे plate नबा, this is same plate. Okay, same plate रे. This is just teared apart. Yes, Rolex पचाचुंदी sir, what is the focal use of Richter scale? Please, बिल्कुल. I will come back to your questions. Rolex question पचाचुंदी कि sir, what is the focal use of use of your Richter scales? Please explain. बिल्कुल, I'll come back to your question. So it is हमरा बुझियला Afghanistan earthquake जो 31st August रे हितला. बर्तमान Rolex बड़े question पचाचुंदी कि sir कि what is the focal use of Richter scales? Okay, Richter scale generally मैं लिखी दूची हैला about the Richter scale. Okay, Richter scale is an instrument where magnitude gauged माने मप्पा जाए हैला क्वांटिटी में लिखुची is an instrument. This is an instrument to measure the magnitude of the earthquake. Magnitude of the समझते लिखिनी है magnitude of the earthquake, right? Magnitude of the earthquake. यदि हमें देखिए, this is the magnitude of the earthquakes. Magnitude कितने range हुए? Normally 1 to 9, right? केम तुम explain कुछ बहुत बड़ा question Rolex, very nice. He asked the question, sir, what is the focal use of the Richter scale? Please explain. Focal use है एठी जो आसिक जो strike करूची intensity release केमती होची. Intensity जोटा release होची जेमती तमे pressure cooker बसुचो. Pressure cooker कोन ढो माने तो खोलला बेलको भस किना बाहरची. That is energy release होची. Exactly that happens in the earthquake also during the earthquake time. So energy release है तो ये जो energy release है ताको मापा जाए केमती, that is your Richter scale. Richter scale is the this is an apparatus or the instrument where the magnitude generally your gauged मापा जाए. Richter scale केमती रहेबो? Richter scale जदि मैं explain करिवे, Richter scale is like this one. Graph रहेबो and the graph is like this one, right? This is your y axis, this is your x axis, and this is your graph, right? Richter scale graph. Seismic graphs. These are the seismic waves. Man rakho. These are called your seismic waves, right? Seismic waves. ये जो आसी की तमरा epicenter रे strike कला, सेटा तमरा मपा हबो 1 to 9. जेमति कि हमें देखिले एटी फिलीपींस earthquake रे, एटी कोन लिखाला? ये जो फिलीपींस earthquake रे, right? Philippines earthquake रे तमरी जो एटा हेइतला, this was the magnitude was what? मु कहितली magnitude was 7.4 magnitude. 7.4 magnitude थिला. आउ 7.4 magnitude माने completely devastation. Building भांगी की तळे सब गली पड़ी. This is what happened in Philippines in the last week, right? Okay. Pranam Gayatri. I'm fine. Thank you, Gayatri. Good morning. Is it okay? Is it okay, Rolex now? Did you got it? And same thing. Is it हमें explain कले? It is in your Afghanistan case रे भी same case रे मैं explain कले. Afghanistan से 7.4 magnitude थिला. Afghanistan रे हैला जोटा magnitude थिला टिके कम थिला. It was near about 6.4 or 6.5 like this one. This is 6.4 magnitude. ठीक अछि. And जेहेतु Afghanistan रे जो जगह रे हेतला जो एरिया रे जोठी हमें देखले को जगह रे हमें देखले Afghanistan रे काबुल पाखापाखि ए रीजन रे Kabul, Jalalabad, area re hitla. Ei jagah re kon hitla. It's a very densely populated area, and that is why life loss both hitla. It took near about more than 1,500. Your deaths happened in Afghanistan earthquake. Hala recent Afghanistan earthquake. In recent Afghanistan earthquake. Okay, recent Afghanistan earthquake. This also happened. How it happens, right? Okay. Thank you, Rolex. Thank you. Okay. Next time देखिए कौन? So it हमें explain कर ले. So it हमें explain कर ले कि Afghanistan देखिले. Afghanistan परे we have explained this Alpine Mediterranean zone. Second part, second zone टा. First zone हमें Pacific Ring of Fire. Philippines case भी देखिले. Now come to the this one. Your this one, your African Rift Valley. So first we have discussed your Pacific Ring of Fire, then Alpine, Himalayan, Mediterranean belt. Third is your, that is your African Rift Valley. So it is like 70%, 80-20%. So remaining 10% that is concentrated in the African Rift Valley. Let's go to Africa, right? Right. Now come to the Africa. Africa is the zone which is less experienced earthquake. Empty no jo hueni, but less experienced earthquake. At least 10% of your earthquake, 10% of earthquake is concentrated to the African Rift Valley. This is the African Rift Valley. Jetiki remaining 10% rahila, eti rahila Africa re seta rahila. Hala remaining 10%, right? Sorry. So it starts from where? It starts from here. This is your Malawi Lake. Malawi Lake. Kodu arambha hochi? Malawi Lake. Hala taku kuha jaye bi NASA bi kuha jaye. Se lake ra na hala bi NASA bi kuha jaye. NASA Lake. It starts from the Mozambique. Okay, near Malawi gote choto desha bi hochi. How it is a very small tiny country, and also it adjacent to your Mozambique. So near Mozambique we can say, near, this is your Mozambique. Okay, Mozambique country na. Okay, Mozambique to start hala, and it ekdam goes back, it ekdam strike back to the Dead Sea in Israel, right? Dead Sea in Israel. I mean, Israel, right? So such a long stretch. This is a very less experienced your earthquake as of now, till now. Agu konava nobody knows, because you know geological motions in the earth, it is very uncertain. Nobody knows what happens. Okay, that is what. So it hame dekhile ki 10% of the earthquake here. Excuse me. So it stretches from, it stretches from your Mozambique till to the Dead Sea in the Israel, and this stretch is near about more than 5,000 kilometers, approximate 5,000 kilometers, and it passes through your Red Sea also, right? Red Sea. This is this narrow zone is your Red Sea. Okay. So all total, jodi ame discuss kariba ki this was all about the earthquakes. Okay. Earthquake again I am repeating. Earthquake jodi ame dekhiba, starting jodi mu kahibi earthquake re, right? Earthquake re ame dekhile this is the epicenter, focus. We have discussed focus is also known as your hypocenter. Focus is also called as your hypocenter. Okay, parikha re pakouchandi, focus is also called as your hypocenter, right? Next, jodi ame dekhiba ki these are the major continents or the major plates. Apart from that, Pacific plate is also a major plate, right? Aur iti ame discuss karle ki Earth jodi ame dekhiba 70% Pacific Ring of Fire, 20% Alpine Himalayan belt, and African Rift Valley. तापरे ame देखले कि Pacific Ring of Fire Philippines केमती रहला, Philippines रो ame discussions करले. Next जो देखिए Mediterranean Alpine belt, and we have discussed the Afghanistan, and this is the African Rift Valley. ठीक है जी, I hope. Good morning Lori, good morning. How are you? I'm good Gayatri. Okay, thank you. So this is all aji pai session seti rakhuchi. Next class re purnima asibi your different topics, the new topics. I hope this conceptual clarity helps you a lot. मन रखो magnitude सबले मपावे Richter scale is 1 to 9, and 1 to 9 रो जो केबे अधिका जायनी हैला बहुत जगह रे हैला 9 to 1 जो सेटा severely माने सेही land टा subside करके तळକୁ पळेयो. ठीक अछि. So this is all about of today's class. We'll meet. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Thank you all for your patience. We'll again meet. Okay. Thank you so much. Any questions? Any questions, Lori? Good morning, Lori. Any questions? Any questions? Gayatri, Shankar, Rolex, okay. Any questions? Okay. Again, we'll meet again. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Is it Pachari Rolex? Okay. ठीक अच्छी. We'll meet again in the very soon again. Thank you so much. Sir, Gayatri sir, OCS ପାଇଁ geography ର syllabus केमती complete करिवो? Okay. Gayatri मु जदि कहबी मोर ए जो हमर ए जो particular channel रे ओडिसा सिविल्स अछि, तो एथरे मोर offline और online दीटा जक दिया होछ. Offline online, do join with us. Any contacts number also, if you go to my, you can go to my contact number. You can ask. My contact number is 797809097 this is my contact number, also the WhatsApp, both WhatsApp also, right? WhatsApp and contact, right? WhatsApp and contact both are there. You can approach towards me. I will say vivid केमती हमरो करियो preparation geography syllabus पे जदी हमें आज रो questions मु कहबी ए 2000 गोट analysis जदी कहबी 2000 OCS जो गला हमर एबे OCS 2024 जोटा के हेतला prelims हला prelims रे एबे जो recent हेतला हला 12th October जोटा हेतला 12th October रे हला एबे 12th October 25 रे जोटा एबे हेतला recently ता भितर जदी कहबी geography रो analysis जदी मु करबी geography questions तीनटा रे पचारथिला questions analysis ओके questions analysis रे कोन रखिबी केतटा क्वेश्चन कोथुर आस्थिला question analysis रे प्रथम जदी देखिबी world geography रो लेखिनियो world geography रो समान पचारचंती 8 questions ओके indian geography रो पचारचंती indian geography रो समान पचारचंती indian geography रो पचारचंती 6 question आउ ओडिशा geography रो समान पचारचंती ओडिशा पार्ट रो पचारचंती 3 questions so total number 17 to 18 questions पाखापाखी पचारचंती 17 plus पाखापाखी समान पचारचंती this is all total the segregations of your geography questions this year okay जोटा कि OCS 24 details रे जदी हबो मु कहि देबी कि वर्ल्ड इंडिया आ सिलेबस जदी देखियो तमे बेसिकली कंसंट्रेटेड जोटा क्वेश्चंस गायत्री पचारला कि एटा वर्ल्ड इंडिया आ ओडिसा पई एटा मेनली हमर रहे पढा हुए ठीक अछि डिटेल्स में यू कैन कनेक्ट विथ मी ओके व्हाट्सएप रे एटा भी अछि व्हाट्सएप नंबर एंड आल्सो द कांटेक्ट नंबर ओके ठीक अछि okay Rolex from Bargad okay thank you Rolex thank you okay thank you so much thank you everyone we'll again meet thank you so much bye bye take care susto ruho okay and be meditations karo and be enjoy your life okay thank you so much thank you everyone thank you so much thank you Rolex purchase next class re rock bilkul I'll come with that one thank you so much thank you everyone thank you bye bye take care have a good day thank you